Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today I have Aletha joining me. Hey, Aletha.
Hey.
Hey guys, we have a really exciting video on it's how to change any circumstances. I think we see a lot of questions like this in the YouTube comments about, can I change this circumstance, this one. So we're going to give you some step-by-step ways of how you can change your circumstances, and yeah, we'll even throw in some examples of things you can change. So spoiler alert, everything is changeable, and yeah, I intend that we touch on subjects and points that everybody gets an aha moment from and has a little mini breakthrough and starts creating, and you guys start creating something wonderful in your lives. Just before we dive into it, guys, Aletha's having a sale. It's ending soon, very soon. So definitely check out the links in the description. She's absolutely amazing. Her clients get really quick success. She gets to the root of things. She's going to help you find your blocks and create a personalized action plan for you. She's absolutely amazing. And guys, if you haven't already checked it out, we do have a free course, how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. It's a great course, a lot of great feedback. People are getting a lot of success from it. And yeah, it's free. It's in the links in the description. If you go to sign up for it and it says that you've already gotten it, it's okay. Just email Brandy. She'll be more than happy to give you a free copy of it. So yeah, our email address is sessions@createyourfuture.co. So yeah, I'm so excited to dive into this video. So yeah, we were chatting earlier about changing circumstances, right?
Yeah, we were. And one of the things that I have noticed with my coaching clients is that they think they're stuck in a situation because of what their SP is saying or what the circumstances are around it, and you're not, because you are the operating power of your world, and therefore they must conform to what you think and say. And so it doesn't really matter what the SP is saying or what's going on in your world outside in the 3D. It's what's happening inside of you. You are the operating power and you are in control. You created everything. So if they're saying things you don't like, it's probably because you had those thoughts. You can change your thoughts to what you do want it to be, and then stick with it. You have to stick with it.
Well, exactly. And it's so funny because like what I'll do, right, is like if I create something that I don't like and then I get caught up in it thinking, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. How dare they do that to me? I can't believe they said that. And then as soon as I have a moment where I shift into the thought of, okay, wait, Amanda, everyone is you pushed out. Okay. I mean, yeah, I had those thoughts. It showed up. And then in that moment, I feel my power back. Like I've taken my power back and I'm like, wow, you know what? Oh, I created that. I can change it. And so it's that simple little reminder, that, hey, everyone's being pushed out. I created this, and it sort of takes the sting away. It's when we give our power away to somebody and we think that they're acting and doing things on their own, and then we had nothing to do with it. Do you know what I mean? And then take it personally on top of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and then we feel we can't do anything. I have to wait till he or she is ready to be in a relationship. I'm like, no, you don't. You gave them those thoughts. If you take those thoughts away, then they're going to be ready if you say they're ready, because whatever we assign meaning. And so, if they're telling you one thing and you don't like it, tell them something else. So, what you do like, and then give it time, if it doesn't happen in the very first couple seconds, minutes, day, or an hour, within the hour, it's okay, but stay in there and persist in your new thought, and the new situation will arise. It will come back.
Exactly. And I think like part of too, right, that just kind of came to my mind with changing circumstances. So like, for instance, getting rid of a third party, especially if the third party's got a wife and kids, right? So part of changing our circumstances is being okay with changing our circumstances. If you feel like something you're going to change is morally wrong, then you need to check in with yourself and, really kind of review that with yourself, right? So Like I've seen people in the past comment, well, you know, I don't feel right because they got a wife and kids and I don't want to break up the family. Well, you know, if you're going to make it where, you know, you feel like you're doing something wrong, then you're never going to be able to change that circumstance. Like, you know, what happens if maybe, for instance, you know, the marriage with the third party isn't very good at all and the family's not happy? You know, what's wrong with changing the perspective to, well, you know what? The kids are going to be much more happier with the, you know, the person being in a new, happy, healthy relationship rather than, you know, with the ex or whatever, or with the person they're with. So, you know, it's about changing your perception on the entire situation. But at the end of the day, like, you have to be okay with it. If you're not okay with, you know, manifesting somebody, you know, that's got a third party and a family, then you're not. Like, you've got to be comfortable with changing your circumstances is the big thing. And I think another thing is remember, there's nothing right or wrong, good or bad in this world. It's all just what you want to create, right? But we all have that moral compass that says, okay, you know what, this is good, this is bad, and that's yours, and that's okay. You can have that. You know, I've got like a refundable line of, you know, if I ever manifested, you know, any of my partners cheating on me, I never go back. Like, never. That's my no-go zone, right? I can't, you know, I don't want to get over that, right? So, you know, it's about being honest with yourself and what you're wanting to do, right? Like, you can change someone's religion. I mean, what else can you change, you know?
You can change anything.
You can change anything. You can change their religion. You can change, you know, I've had people say, well, can we change, you know, who they're interested in? Absolutely. You can change anything. Like you can change the food they like. You can change the clothes they wear. You can change what they prefer to do. You can, like, whether it's partying or hanging out with friends or doing crafts and models with you or puzzles. I mean, it's endless what you can change with your mind, right?
Right. And you can change locations, you know, if it's a long distance relationship, you can change that.
Yes.
You know? And you can also change their health, all kinds of stuff.
Religious beliefs, you can change that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I watched many shows, like I think it was 90 Day Fiance, where, you know, the one person was like of a certain religion and the other person wasn't, and the other person actually converted to that person's religion. I mean, you can change anything. You can change the views of people. You know I've seen comments in the past saying, well, you know, they're really religious and they can't marry outside of their religion. Well, you can change that. You just need to change the story around it and stop giving it that circumstance the power that it's unchangeable by taking your power back and saying, everyone's me pushed out and I can change this. This is what they are going to think instead, right?
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about not giving your SP or a circumstance or a situation power. Give them your power. There is no power there but you. You're the operating power, and it can be any number of things that you mentioned, and their perspective about all kinds of things. But again, it is your power, not theirs, and you're not stuck by anything. And it comes down to a choice, doesn't it? We get to choose. With what you were talking about earlier about no good or no bad, you know, if you're comfortable with something or you're not, it's a choice. And check your beliefs. What are your beliefs? Are they in alignment with what you want? Because if they're not, like if it is a moral issue for you, if it's a belief system that you've had for many, many years, well, then that's going to be very deeply embedded in you, and that's going to show up, and that's going to be a block. Unless you choose, you get to choose. Do I want to stay with that belief system, which you have yours with, you know, you don't go back once they cheated on you. That's cool. But we have to make that choice. We have to draw the boundaries. We have to draw the lines. And we have to choose that we're going to actually do what we know to do from all the information that we receive on the law of assumption, and literally do it and make that choice. Do the work.
Exactly. And one thing that I do, guys, and I highly recommend this, is do it to do a little list of little mini manifestations of everyone as you pushed out. I can't tell you how valuable this is. I mean, at the end of the day, what ends up happening is when, you know, you create this list. And when this list is created and, it's things like, people open the door for me, someone's going to offer to buy me coffee, my coworker's going to wear a red sweater, all these little things that are, not so common, but easy to manifest, but something you're going to notice as something you manifested. When you get those little moments that you see the clarity that everyone is you pushed out, it's in those moments you can hold on to them and be like, oh my goodness, like, okay, this works. Like my chicken story, our longtime subscribers know my chicken story. I manifested fried chicken. Okay. And I wanted this so bad. I'm like, okay, you know what? That was on my little list. I want fried chicken. And Andrew knew that I was cooking dinner, but it just so happened for lunch, he went and got fried chicken. He only ate half of it, and he brought the other half to me when he came over for dinner in the evening after work. And there he was standing there with fried chicken. And in that moment, I went, oh, buddy, you don't stand a chance. You're mine. You are marrying me. That is it. Like in that moment, I realized this guy's got zero free will. My intentions made him go to Church's Chicken, buy chicken, not even eat it all, and bring me some of it. Okay. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times I'm like feeling powerless to my circumstances, and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm watching something on TV and Andrew's there with me and I think something and then Andrew says it and I'm like, okay, Amanda, you know what? Off your pity party, back into your power. Everyone is you pushed out. What are you doing here? Like, it is so incredibly powerful. Like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is. And it's those moments of clarity where you step back in your power. You know what I do in those moments? I rapid fire all my intentions when I have that feeling, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this feeling because I am living in the end of being a powerful creator right now, which is what I want to create. And I hit all those hard to do areas that I feel like I've got resistance, because in that moment, I don't have the resistance of feeling like a victim. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And I've used your chicken story because I've heard it so many times. I used it the other day with a client because it was so appropriate for what they were going through and explaining what you just said to them, and how manifesting. Like, I'm always looking for green. I'm always saying I want green lights and perfect parking spots. Or if I just have a thought, you know what? I've been alone a lot. I work alone. I work at home alone. I feel like company. Next thing I know, someone's texting me, hey, you want to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm manifesting you. They don't know it, and I'm not telling them, but, they don't know that, well, I wanted company, so we are very powerful, and we get to choose whether or not we're going to use that power.
Exactly. And, and the other thing that I do, right, if you guys are manifesting your specific person or anything is start creating little things like them changing their profile picture, them saying certain things that really have zero resistance. Like, for instance, like, you may have a lot of resistance with them saying, oh my goodness, I completely love you and I miss you and I want to be with you, but you don't have any resistance to them calling you up and asking you something simple or changing their profile picture. So, it's like when Andrew brought that chicken, I had a lot of resistance to him saying he wanted to be in a committed relationship with me, but I had obviously zero resistance to him bringing me fried chicken. But the fried chicken was more than just the fried chicken. It was, the confirmation of everyone as you pushed out and how powerful I am. And, so create that in those little situations that you're trying to create little tiny manifestations in there just to give you that, okay, that confirmation, this is working, to help you to believe that you can shift your circumstances, because the only person that has to believe that you're powerful and that you can do this is you. You're the only one,
Yeah. And it does come down to our own specific beliefs and if we believe in it or not. And, sometimes people will say to me, well, I don't really believe this, that is possible. So using the technique that you just outlined for us is perfect, because you're going to something that you're not attached to. You can see your power, and then you can grow into believing the bigger thing. You can grow into it where you can start to feel more secure about doing that, and it doesn't feel so out there, so overwhelmingly difficult, because it's really, truthfully, as easy as a cup of coffee, right? Manifesting that. But because we've placed so much energy or attachment, or we're so connected to it in the end results of something, that we look at it we look at something being bigger than the other. They're not. It's all energy. It's all on the same level. But we do that with everything, even in lots of things. We'll say this crime is greater than that crime. No, they're not. They're both. It's an equal thing. So crime is crime, and so is intentions. So is what we what it is we want to manifest and assume into our lives. And
Exactly. So guys, to change your circumstances, the first thing you have to do is believe that they're changeable, right? The second thing is make sure that, you're all in, like morally, with your values, with your beliefs, right? And if you're not, it's up to make a decision. Is this something I'm okay with? And what's the new story I can put on it, or what isn't? You know what I mean? Like what's, and because you have to be all in on it for it to manifest in your reality, right? And, take a look at your story, write out your old story, and then write your new story out by crossing out all the old story that you don't want, build your new story and stick to that new story. And, I think the most important thing is tell yourself anything is changeable. I created these circumstances. I can change them. And this is what I want instead. So I think that is by far the most important. So.
Yeah, it is. You're totally right.
Thank you so much for being here today, Aletha.
You're welcome. It's been fun.
And guys, we intend that all of you guys change one of your circumstances today that you've been dealing with, or at least feel like it's possible. Definitely post your success stories. We'd love to hear them, and also your success stories about what you've changed with your circumstances help to inspire others that may think something's impossible. And if you've changed it, then it's going to give them hope and inspiration. And that's what we're here to do as a community. So thank you guys for all being a part of this community, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.